Good evening. Welcome to the Bedtime Stories here on According to Akara. How are you all doing this evening? Tonight, ooh child, you could tell the change in my attitude as compared to the other episodes that I've done on Bedtime Stories. You know why? Because this is a naughty, naughty night. Ooh, chapter 7 of Caught Up Loving a Trill One for. Ooh, I tell you, I told you, seems like every time I think, oh, it's starting off slow, then the author hit us with a really, really passionate lovemaking chapter 7. Let me tell you, there's a lot of love making and furniture moving. Woo child. I had to take a moment and gather myself before I come to you this evening, child. But before we get into the bedtime stories, chapter 7, we gonna talk about it. We gonna have us a fruity bedtime cocktail. Hey, tonight I concocted my own cocktail. This is not one that I know is done. Tonight, the spirit of the night is going to be Thompson's whiskey. Ugh, you can't see it. Thompson's whiskey. Okay, that is what I'm going to be making the spirit out of. And this basically is like a pineapple blueberry um, mash. Mm? I don't know what I'm gonna call it. The sweet chapter 7 cocktail. I don't know. I'll come up with one before the end of the cocktail, and then I'll name it that. Okay, so this one is question mark cocktail. Okay, so first we must have our shaker, and what we're gonna do is I'm going to 2 jiggers of whiskey or bourbon of your choice. You don't have to use the one that I have here because this is a very cheap whiskey, but it's a good cheap whiskey. It ain't no Kentucky gentleman, you know, that ho ho. Mm-mm. Okay, so 2 jiggers of Thompson's American whiskey. Mm-hmm. This is a pretty decent one for the cheap price. Then I created a pineapple blueberry simple syrup. Okay, so to do this fruitylicious drink, so I'm gonna do 1 jigger of my blueberry pineapple fruit syrup. I'm gonna put that in there. Yes. And then I'm gonna do 1 jigger of lime juice. Come on. Squirt. Okay. Throw that in there. We're gonna take the ice in my According to Akara glass that you can get on according to AKARA-Springs.com. There we go. See, I have to put it on the side where the light isn't shining directly at it. Okay. Put that to the side. We're going to close the jigger up and make sure it's a nice seal. Shake it up. Until the shaker is cold to the touch. Now, I have already blueberries and pineapple soaked. These have been sitting in the syrup. This is where I made the syrup from. I mashed them up with a cobbler. That's not a cobbler, but with a whatever I mashed it up so to get the juices in to make the simple syrup. And I used the fruit to be at the bottom of the glass. That's going to be my garnish tonight. Okay. And we're just going to pour this over the blueberries, the smashed up blueberry smash. Pineapple blueberry smash. That's the name of the cocktail. There, I told you I'd have one by the end of the cocktail. So let's taste blueberry pineapple smash. I should have done a half a jigger of the lime juice because the lime juice is very, very strong here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I still have some more in here. I'm gonna add a little more simple syrup in the shaker, and I'm gonna do like another jigger of for later for my refill, and then I'm gonna put a little more whiskey in there. To kind of, I should have done a half a jigger of the lime juice because the lime juice is coming off real strong. Now, mind you, this cocktail is made up right here, right before you. I thought to do this today. Actually, to be honest with you, I wanted to do like a strawberry daiquiri, shaken daiquiri, but to be honest with you, finances said nah. So I had to improvise and use what I got to get what I needed. So we're going to keep that there. And we're going to sip on that throughout the bedtime stories, and then we're going to refill as we go along. But no longer wait. Let's get into chapter 7. So, chapter 7 opens up with Saint as frustrated as he can possibly be. Possibly be. Possibly be. Maybe there's more whiskey in here than I thought. He is frustrated. He's like, again, if you go back and watch episode 6 of episode 5, whatever. Episode 7 of chapter 6. I told you, this is a whole shit show. And it's showing clearly Saint feels the same way. He's like, these ninjas here. How did he mess this up? He didn't say messed up. You got to read the book to see what he really said. And Keon's over there like, I don't know. Three Stooges, Noah, Keon, and Ace. You know, he is frustrated and he's taking everything within Saint to not break his foot off in the. Okay? And I get it. I'm frustrated. Like, duh. And what did I say last episode? I said, if I would have saw people laid out, I would have drove away. Well, guess what? That's exactly what Saint said. Why did he still go to burn down the job? You dingbats. Of course, again, this is not what he said. You're going to have to read the book to get what he said. Okay? You thinking. If you saw bodies there, you were supposed to drive away. Why did you stay? Now, they have identified you, and now where they're going to think those bodies are our issue. That we did that. And that's not what it was. So, Keon is like, He's like, get out of here. Basically, like after he kind of started fussing with him, like Keon said, I'm gonna talk to Noah about why he did that. And he's like, I hope so. Get your dude straight. Like the last thing I need is for y'all to be acting stupid. You understand what I'm saying? So he's like, oh. So he said, I need to get out of here. Zeus, get the car. I'm ready to go to my hotel. So Zeus he's like, okay. He gets his keys. He goes and get the truck to take Saint back to his hotel. And it was a quiet ride to his hotel. Zeus doesn't say anything until he gets close to dropping Saint off, and he says, Keon is he's still trying to work things out. He's trying to fill this thing out. He's new, and he said, but it's that part though, Zeus. Saint was like, that part. A leader just leads. He doesn't have to feel his way out. He comes in, handles business. That's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? They just simply come in and do the business. Okay? They don't have to feel their way out through this. He said, this is how it was with Jamal, Tyson, Scar. No one had to tell them to lead. They just led. And Zeus said, and Toy, and Satan looks out the window, looks away like, yeah. So that's a soft spot for him. That's a sore spot for him because he's still in love with her. Clearly. And like his sister said, it's like I'm concerned that Desiree may be a casualty in what between you and Toy, how you feel for her. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he kind of tried to rush over to Desiree. A couple of episodes ago, if you followed along with the book, when he did that. He went over there to kind of like solidify that Desiree was the one. But he really just she was just a rebound to Toy. She was just the rebound to Toy. She's a good woman, though. She deserves Saint's best. He's just not ready to give it to him because his heart still belongs to Toy. Kinda. Anyway, so he goes back to his hotel, and he has to go back, get ready to leave in the morning at 9. So he goes back to his hotel, takes a shower, and as he's coming out of the shower, he gets a call. He gets a call from an unknown number, and he ignores it. He said that. No, I correct myself. As he's going up to his room, he gets a call from an unknown number, and he ignores it. He's like, shoot, if it's something serious, they'll leave a voicemail. If not, oh well. I feel you, Saint. I feel you, Saint. That is my motto. If you don't leave a voicemail, you weren't really trying to get in touch with me. So he goes into his hotel room, takes a shower, kind of prepare himself for the next day, to go back to Texas. And he gets a FaceTime from Desiree. So he picks up and he talks to her for a little bit. She's like, hey, babe, I miss you. When are you coming back? He said, I don't know why I got this big old bed, but, it's I don't like it. I miss you in bed with me. And he's kind of like, oh. They said that's one of the things. He kind of like smirked and smiled. That made him feel good to be wanted. And that's one of the things that the women, his right now, the three loves of, or the two loves of his life, they made him feel wanted and loved. And he says like, and that's one of the things that Desiree have in common with the two other former loves of his life, or one other. And so he's on the phone and she's talking to, saying she missed him, and all of a sudden, then he gets a knock at the door. Desiree doesn't miss a beat. It says that. That says it in the book. Like, who's that? I said, I don't know. Let me go. And he said, well, who would be? And he hangs up on her because she still doesn't know what he does for a living. Okay. Desiree don't know what he does for a living, so she wouldn't understand the reason why this is a major alert. Alert, alert, alert. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. Because it's like he's alert. He's alert because this could be someone trying to come to his door, kill him, whatever. You don't know. He does not know because he was not expecting a visitor. And so he gets a knock again. He grabs his burner that he was given when he got in town, and he goes to the door, gun in hand, like, what? So he looks through and he sees this toy. He's like, hell you doing? He opens the door. What are you doing here? Just like this with Fred, what are you doing here? He was like, you know, I wanted to see you. I heard you was in town. And he's still looking at her like, and what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing here unannounced, uncalled? You could have texted me and told me you was coming. He's still on alert. So it's taking him a minute to come down and realize that's her. But he also have a reason why he's also kind of frowned up. Because remember, I told you, he was in his feelings when she didn't just say, please keep my man here. Keep my man here. But he also left because she didn't choose him. He was in love with her, and he left because she didn't choose him right away. But remember, but he played the role. If you go back to Caught Up Love in a True 1-3, he played that role. Or shoot, at the prologue. Is it prologue? Epilogue? Whatever. Prologue. Okay? He was like, I gotta go. Because, plus you need to get your life together. Get your children settled in. You gotta, you just lost your ex. You gotta get that together. At this point, it's been 2 years. And Saint is like, he's still kind of looking at her like, why are you here? And she was like, just kind of like stuck. She didn't expect him. She's reading him and she's seeing the frown on his face, and she's like, you know what? Maybe it was a mistake for me to come. So she goes to leave and he grabs her. No, come on in. Come in. Come in. Come in. It goes from her forearm to her hand. He pulls her into the room, let the door close behind her. Of course he's locking stuff. Because he's on high alert. They're in the middle of a war. So he leads her in. He said, come on in. And he goes towards the living area of his hotel suite. He said, basically they had this conversation. He puts the gun down on the coffee table. So what's up? Again, the same face that I have right now. What's up? I was glad that we could touch base on your birthday, but, I want to see you face to face. I want to tell you that I missed you face to face. But I mean, based, she didn't say this, but based on the way you looking at me, and it doesn't seem like I'm being received. You know, maybe it was a mistake for me to come through. So they're sitting there on the same couch, one on one end, the other on the other end. So she's just kind of sitting there, and then she goes to speak, and he goes and picks up the remote, making it very clear he didn't want to hear what she had to say. So they kind of sat there in silence for a little bit until he broke the silence. So why are you here? Again, I came because I missed you. And I want to see you face to face. It's been a while, you know. But it seems like you don't want to see me. So it's like, what do you expect? Now, everything that I'm saying right now is all improvised. You got to read the book for yourself. So what do you expect? You know, you let me go back to Texas. You didn't choose me. So what you thought you was going to come back and I'm just going to receive you in my arms and all this stuff? No. Girl, what you don't understand is I love you. And if I can't have you completely and totally, it's best for us not even to be around. He also mentions that to her that I'm not going to compete with a ghost. And Tori's like, you got to understand this man was my life for a long period of time. And yes, it took me longer to get over the man that I was married to, had children with, I gave my everything to. I was hoping that I can, work through everything, get counsel and all that stuff. So it took a little bit longer, but I'm not the one out there dating other people. He said, so that's why you're here? You want to talk about her, my new girlfriend? He said, no. I want to talk to you. I missed you. I said, yeah, well, if I can't have all of you, I don't want anything. Toya still says, so I mean, like, I'm trying my best. I came here to get some clarity, see where it was, see, we had a special thing going on. And I missed you and I want to reconnect with you. What do you want? What more do you want from me? Okay? And he said, I want you. I want you, all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want everything of you. But I am not. And I don't, if I cannot have all of you, if I can't have you completely and wholly, then it's best for us not to be together. We need to not even see each other if I can't have all of you. And she's like, she's confused, she's frowned up, she's got this face now. Like, it's not that easy. I gave my everything to that ninja that ended up, and he almost tore me apart. And you asking me to give you all of me? That is not going to be an overnight thing. For Saint, it's an easy choice. Either you want me or you don't. He had also said that I've been straight up with you. And then, I hate to say it, but just like a woman, she tried to pull up the Carrie thing. Well, what about Carrie? He said, I made peace with that. And I moved on. Have you moved on from Tyson for real, for real? Can I have you completely? But at the same time, I feel like Saint can't understand that he did give all of himself to her. I don't really think that Saint gave his all to Carrie. Because really, the reason why she is in the predicament, Carrie, that is because he didn't take seriously her safety. I mean, I think he cares, but he blames himself for the reason why she is in the situation she's in, and rightfully so a little bit. He could have been more careful with the security of Carrie when they was going through that war. You dig? So yeah, but he is really open. I am quite shocked of how open he was. Like he said, I want all of you. I want to kiss you at night. I want you in my bed. I want you. Now, mind you, he is in a full on relationship with Desiree. But I want all of you. I want all of you. I want you in my bed. I want to taste you in the morning. Ooh, and that's where it's like, ooh. I'm like, oh, oh God. That's when I started to get. He said he wanted to taste her in the morning, wanted in her bed, wanted to kiss her at night, and taste her in the morning. I'm like, oh Jesus, he's for real. To be real. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So he's like, all right. He's laying it all out on the line. And Toy is like, how can you be so honest? You know? I was like, I don't know about Toy, but I'd have been like, Tyson who? All you need me to do is say I'm yours. But it is a little more difficult because she also has children. She's thinking about what is her children going to think about her moving on so quickly to someone else. You know, I think that all takes into account. You know, for Saint, it does. He doesn't have those problems. He don't have no kids. You know what I'm saying? That he has to think about. And will a man think about that? I don't think he would. You know, it's either you want me or you don't. And Toya's still at a. She's still not sure what she wants. You know, does she want to go full in and be involved with him? Not, and that's another thing. I don't think Sek is taking into account. She's walked away from the life. If she gets involved with him again, that puts her back into the life. And does she want her children to know this? Because her girls, oh, see, yeah, that's nice. That's much better. That's much better. I put some extra syrup in there and a little more whiskey. That's much better. So, just an update. And I'm gonna keep this in here, but I'm gonna correct the recipe when I post this. Okay, half a jigger of lime juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she has all of that to consider. You know what I'm saying? For him, he's not thinking about that. All he knows is he loves her, he wants her, he likes her, and he wants her. And he gonna get her. No. So she's like, at the end of all this, she's like, this is not what I came here for. You know, she had a more romanticized version of them reconnecting. And she's like, child, oh God, maybe it is best for us to stay apart because it is not as easy for me as it is for Saint. You know, whether what he wants, but she's still acting like I don't get it. Why would if you love me and you care about me, why would you want to be apart from me? Saint is like, yo, woman, You're making something so simple so difficult. And it doesn't have to be 1 + 1 = 2. Period. You either want me or you don't. And this is where it's like, yeah, as a woman, we are like that. We will make something simple very complicated. And it isn't that complicated. Either you want them or not. Y'all can work through having the daughters, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just really simple, ladies. Just either you want him or not. And the fact of the matter is, Toy wants him. She wants him so bad. She wants him. And she's letting all these other things keep her from her man. So she's like, well, you know what? Forget it. And then she gets up to leave. And Saint is like, wait. So he jumps up off the couch to go catch up with her before she goes out the door. And he grabs her arm and pulls her close. And this is when it got in here. And they took off all their clothes. Woo! He's like, the reason why I can't be close to you and I can't be around you, the things I want to do, I need to know you're mine. And she says, what you want to do to me? And he says, I think you know what I want to do to you. Now, this mind you, now they're really close, face to face, bodies touching. Okay. And he grabs his face. What do you want to show me? You know how we do it, women. Show me what you want to do to me. And then they started passionately kissing. Oh, hands all over the place. He goes down to her waist and then grabs her booty. And the rest you're going to have to read on your own. Needless to say, hot, passionate love was made that night. You heard? In the middle of it, he's like, is this what you came for? I'm going to tell you. It was hot. You got to read it for yourself. You got to read it for yourself. Okay? I'm getting hot and bothered. It ain't had nothing to do with this liquor. It was beautifully, child, took me back when I was sexually active. I haven't seen a penis in, okay, Jesus. It's the liquor. It's the liquor. This is not a children's show. FYI, don't watch this around your kids. But I'm just saying, ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Let me tell you. I knew they were going to connect. I just didn't think she would be the one to break down to go and see him. But she, ooh, child. So after the hot, passionate love making, because this wasn't effing, okay? They weren't just bang, bang, banging. Okay? This was love making. There's kissing and hugging and looking into each other's eyes. But there was also it was love effing. Because he broke her off a piece of that funk. Let me tell you, he broke her off. Okay? And she hadn't had nobody since him. He was the last man she had anything going on with. Okay? Oh, yeah. At the end of it, he was like, do you have to leave? She said, no. The girls was with my sister tonight. We said, okay. And now he has 2 phones. He got 2 phones. He got two phones. And his personal phone is ringing, and he knows exactly who it is. It's Desiree. And he don't even give up. He let that joint ring. And she said, do you need me to leave? He's like, nah, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Let me tell you. So she stayed the night. She woke up in the morning. Oh, wipe the coals out of eye. See who this page of me and why. It's my nigga Pop from the barber shop. Okay, and okay, I told you I will go into a song, a rap. Let me tell you. Okay, but either way, so she wakes up and he's getting and Saint is getting dressed. You know, she's like, oh, you leaving? He said, yeah. Zeus is gonna be here shortly to get me because I gotta get on this plane at 9. You're like, oh. He said, no worries. You don't have to leave right now. Checkout is in for a couple of hours. You can order um, room service, whatever you want. Everything will be fine. It'll be taken care of. And so, as he's getting dressed, he's putting on his shirt and he sits by, after he, gets ready and he sits by the bed. It's like, he told her he loved her. He kissed her on her head, forehead, like, and she's like, I love you too. All right. But I put my cards out there. You see all the cards, the ace, the big joker, the little joker, the two spades. You see in all my joints. Okay, it's right here. You know how I feel. But there's no pressure. Okay, but if you want to be with me, I need all of you. She's like, it's not that easy. And he's like, it's only as simple as you make it or difficult as you make it, but no pressure. He's like, say, I told you no pressure. You don't have to do anything. He said, like, okay, well, if you're going to be leaving, then I better go ahead and leave with you. I'm not going to stay in this hotel. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not there, to mooch off of him. Let's leave together. Give me a minute. So she grabbed her clothes, go in the bathroom, wash up a little bit, and she comes out ready to go. And so they walk out the hotel room hand in hand. And they meet Zeus downstairs. And Zeus was in his phone, so he didn't recognize when they left out. When he goes to open the back door, he sees them together holding hands. And he's like, good morning, Toy. She's like, hi, good morning, Zeus. Smiling ear to ear. And, can we take her around to her car? Because of course. So he takes her around to her car and he says, like, they have their little parting words. I care about you, girl. I care about you, girl. And she's like, yeah, and they kiss each other goodbye. And he's, this whole thing is going on. And at the end, what got me is it says they were acting like they had no idea. No, matter of fact, let me read what it says because it got me curious. I want to be on point with what I'm saying. It says this, the last paragraph. Saint gave Toy a quick kiss before humping her into the truck. As they climbed into the back seat with smiles on their faces, they were completely unaware of the eyes that were watching them. I tried to read a little bit of chapter 8. I tried to read a little bit of chapter 8, and chapter 9 to see whose eyes was watching them. Who was watching them? Was it Champ? Okay. So you want to play dirty? Where's my little? Oh, my book. Oh, there you go. Well, dang it. I'm just gonna leave that down there. I'm gonna do that afterwards. But what got me is like, who's watching them? It's more likely than not the ops, Champ's camp. Somebody watching them. So okay, so he's the boss. Okay, y'all want to play dirty? We gonna get to the boss. Oh, so that's who you love, huh? We might have to test them. Or is it the DEA? Is it that police officer that was dating Toya's sister that's watching her? Mm-hmm. Seeing if she's getting back involved in everything. Are they watching Saint now? Because now this, you got to remember, all this action and people being killed and stuff like that. This might be causing an uproar in the Atlanta area in this book. Who's watching? Is it Champ's Camp? Hell. Is Desiree the true one? Is she really in the life? But she's lying to him and she don't know. Or maybe she's just a suspicious person and she didn't flew herself out to Atlanta to see why he hung up on me. Maybe she was in Atlanta trying to surprise him. Only to find out to see him kissing and hugging on a whole nother woman. Ooh, I told you it started slow, but it's getting juicy like this drink, this bedtime cocktail. Oh, tune in next time, find out what happens. Find out what happens. I'd tune in if I was you. I'm just saying. Now, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Tell a friend, tell a kin. That's my thing. Tell a friend, tell a kin. Get the book. Call Up Loving the Triller. Get all the books. MichelleElaine.com. MichelleElaineBooks.com. I have a picture as my thumbnail, so you will know who's Michelle Elaine, the author. Okay, so when you see it, you know to grab it. Okay. Remember, wake up with me on the morning chat on here on YouTube in the mornings. Also, tune in to According to AKARA for the Morning Rise with AKARA, which is a recap of the morning chat. And stay tuned. I'm going to have me some single and satisfied videos that's going to be coming. I'll be uploading soon where I review men's shows that I've been into, like Daddy Issues, Brutally Honest. What's another one? Let Us Tell It. I will see you all next time. Ciao. Get the book. Follow along. Come on now. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.